Grand Rising Powerful Being. If you're the one constantly supporting everybody, their mama, sister, cousin, brother, friend, and you're the one people call to when they need you, and there's not always people there for you, I'm going to be talking about how healers and coaches need support too. So this is important because we often put a cape on every day trying to save everybody, and those people themselves trying to drown you. And you wondering like, damn, how about me? So this is what this episode is going to be about. It's about finding the support as a healer, setting boundaries for yourself, knowing your worth and value, and not letting people demand of you your sanity in exchange for their money. Never give away your sanity for money, right? So because your time and your life is more valuable than money. So keep tapping into this episode of Ed Talks Daily to hear why healers and coaches need support too.
Hello, powerful people. My name is Edouard Gilles, personal development speaker and talk show host. And I want to welcome you to this holistic experience called Ed Talks Daily Personal Development and Motivation. This podcast is all about growth in all aspects of your life. How do you solidify a great mindset that will lead to a healthy body, healthy relationships, and an in-tune spirit? Well, join me on this journey to becoming the best version of ourselves. If you want a podcast that you can relate to, a podcast that will motivate and inspire you, all while educating you on ways to personally develop and grow as a being, Ed Talks Daily is for you. Find Ed Talks Daily on your favorite podcast app and be sure to leave your thoughts in the form of a review.
Hey, thank y'all for tapping into another episode of Ed Talks Daily. This is Ed Talks Daily is a podcast where you can listen to on your favorite podcast app. So if you have not yet subscribed to Ed Talks Daily, make sure you go to edtalksdaily.com and subscribe, or text Ed Talks to 561-510-9605 so I can send you some reminders when I'm going live, and also send you some bonus materials via text message. I'll pretty much be a coach right in your pocket. So this podcast is all about growing in all aspects of your life. How do you solidify a great mindset that will lead to a healthy body, healthy relationships, and in-tune spirit? Well, join me on this journey to becoming the best version of ourselves. If you want a podcast that will motivate you, and a podcast that will inspire you and educate you on ways to personally develop, Ed Talks Daily is for you. Go to edtalksdaily.com to find this, subscribe, and when you do, listen and leave a review. Now that we've passed the intro, let's get right into the subject, man. You need to support yourself too. And you need support both financially, both for your mental, physical. You are not just a coach. You're not, look, something I heard this weekend, and Coach K's weekend call is this. Even Superman, and we just using Superman as an example, he was Clark Kent most of the time. I found that, I was like, yo, that's deep. Superman was Clark Kent most of the time. Most of the time, Superman was just going about his daily life, and he was going to his work at the, Daily Planet, I think. He was going to work, he was doing his normal things. Only a fraction of the time when he was needed did he take his cape, put it on, and go save whoever he needed to save. Us as healers and coaches, we were in this cape all of the time. As a healer and coach, you were in the healer and coach cape every single day, every hour of the day, because you're not just a coach and a healer, you're an entrepreneur who's growing a business. So now you're working on growing your business every day. So how do you market yourself? How do you show up? And you're working on being your business every day. So being in one with what you teach, right? So that means you're also, look, there are qualities as a healer, as a coach, that you have to stand by. Some of I'm going to stand right by my man. You got to stand right by your values as a healer and a coach. So that means you show up in even other circumstances, and you still show up as a healer and coach, even when you don't even want to put that hat on. It's so intricately, it's just so part of you that you do it effortlessly, But then people take advantage of that because they know there isn't much of a difference between what you do and who you are. So now they use that against you to take advantage of a service they should be paying you for, and they drain you, leave you. So now your friend is calling you, and you're not Superman right now. You're just Clark. You vibing. But now they're throwing all of this on you. You're like, man, I'm not coaching nobody right now. Now somebody says, well, shouldn't you be your friend and be able to listen? Some people are not calling you because they want to have a two-way conversation. Some people are calling you because they want to have a one-way dumping situation. They have a one-way to dump all the stuff that happened to you. They don't care about what's going on with you. That's the issue. I'm not saying there's something wrong with being there for other people, but they got to be there for you too. Which means we had a whole conversation about you, your problems, what you went through, what's your days like, what's in your mind, what's happening with you. And you didn't ask me one time about how am I doing? Oh, what do you need? Oh, you got everything? Oh, so that if there is, look, if it's all about the other person, then it's not, this is something you should be charged. This is an invoice. This is an invoice. Healers and coaches need support too. So now you need people in your corner that don't just call you because they need to plug up to you in order to charge up. You need to have people that call you up that charge you up too. Okay? So this is where we have to really create a line between who's in our circle that we are empowering and who's in our circle that empowers us as we empower. We have to have reciprocity relationships. Reciprocal relationships that have both ways. So that means you have a community of people you serve, you have personal clients, or I like to call them fam. You want to make sure you have yourself a support system, right? You know, not just a community that you show up for, but a community that shows up for you. So some people say this is a mastermind, right? You find a mastermind. You find a group of people who are doing similar things as you that can support you in that. You start to go around situations and places where you meet certain types of people that could feel where you're coming from, and they're like, okay, I'm in the same industry as this person. I want to support them, and we're going to build a relationship where both of us are being supported. So what happened for me is there are certain people that I empower every day, and we became this sort of family. But we became this sort of family because I created this brand and this community around my brand and business and my coaching and speaking services. Now, just because these people are like family to me, I see them, I know their names, and they come to the rooms that I'm hosting and the live videos, and to some extent, I feel like they're family because that's how my brand is. You have to also understand that just because people come in your current corner and they want your gift, this is going to be deep, doesn't mean they necessarily want you. And you're like, damn. Look, people come around you just for your gift, and they don't give nothing about, they don't care about you that much. And you're like, what? I know. It's not. You think that you'd be like they'd be on the same page as you, and they're your friend. Like they care about you that much. They think about your well-being like you think about their well-being, but it ain't like that. All right. Some people are simply around you because there's a gift that you have, and they want that gift. They don't care for you. They care for your gift. So you want to be around people that does not just care for your gift, but care for you as a human being. So what do I mean by that? Some people, they only show up to this artist event because the artist could sing. They don't really care about what's going on in this artist's personal life. No. Oh, you're not singing? Boo, they're going to boo you off the stage because they didn't come for you. They came for your gift. So when you sit around your table, you got to look around to see who's here for my gift, for what I'm good at, for my talents and abilities, or who's really here not just for my gift, but who's genuinely here because they care. My gift helps them, my gift empowers them, but they didn't care about me as a human. And you want to make sure you're around circles where it's about both. It's an equal balance, right? That's what I'm looking to create with the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. I want people to be around me that does not just care about my gift, but also care about me, just like I care about them personally. For instance, when your client or fam or the people you empower come to you, your tribe. When you're helping your tribe, you don't want to create it where everybody you are the battery that everybody plugs into and they drain you. You want to become a pack of batteries where everybody build on each other. That's what I am creating with the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. And if you don't have that, if your private community is just people who kind of pull from you, you need to get yourself in a community where you can have like-minded folks that's going to be able to support you, that's going to be able to understand where you're coming from and see stuff from a different vantage point. Or, like I said, get yourself environments where you meet those types of people. The reason why your community or your circle may not be where it's at is because of the rooms that you're going in. If you go in certain rooms, you're going to meet certain types of caliber. The caliber of people is on the basis of the caliber of the room. So now you might see an attractive personality or a gift of a person that says, I want to be in that room. Because you're attracted to this person, somebody else gets attracted. You're going to meet a similar like-minded persons. So you're like, what do you mean by that? I want you to start to go to more conferences, more seminars, workshops, retreats, more Zoom meetings where there are powerful beings like Rise and Prime. You're like, why? Because you're going to meet a different caliber of people. And then you're going to be able to create community around that. And then now, look around you. There are some people you met in life, real life, at the coffee shop, different people that can really benefit you in that sense. And you might look around and you're like, damn, I'm looking close to my friends or my family, and I don't kind of have that support. I still feel like the goat, the black sheep of the family, but I'm really the goat, right? And that's the reason why people can't support you in something they don't understand for themselves, right? So sometimes your environment, your biggest supporters are not even going to come from that circle. It has to come from your next, like you have to grow to the next circle. You get what I'm saying? And you grow out of another one sometimes. So what do I mean by healers and coaches need support too? You need to get yourself in a mastermind, right? Now, I'm also looking to understand that the masterminds I get into are not just, I want to make sure that I'm attracting people who are at a higher evolution than I am. Even if I'm guiding, even if I'm teaching, I want to be able to have that. So the next thing I do in the podcast is I like to share and teach what I'm learning in real time with y'all, because it makes it so much more real. Because I just went through it, and then now talking about it helps me, and it helps somebody else. So that's why I love to do that. I don't feel bad about it. I love that doing that. So let's get into it. So you're like, all right, boundaries. What are the boundaries? Healers and coaches need support too, but you gotta set boundaries, right? I've been reading the E-Myth Enterprise as part of the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe, and one of the major things I try to create is family vibes, tribe vibes, and that is, you don't seem like it's a business. It doesn't seem like a transaction. It almost seems like somebody you know. But then I found out there's a little flaw to that system that needs to be refined. You could create your business in a format where people feel like they know you, they can trust you, they like you, and you're like a friend. But you have to create a boundary that says, yes, it does feel like this, but I'm still running a business. So understand that I have business hours, I have free time, I have rules, I have regulations, I have systems and procedures. And make those systems and procedures clear, those boundaries set, right? And own your time, right? Just like a business I'm open this door, have that too. I realized that not having that created certain things. So here's what I mean. I have a text messaging tribe. You can text me, by the way. I'm going to put the number. Text Talks to this number, 561-510-9605. If you're listening to this podcast, you've been listening for a while, and you have not been in the community where I send you daily text messages, reminders, special invites to the rooms that I host for healers and coaches, you want to text Ed Talks to 561-510-9605, and you're going to be added in it. So, I'm a loving, open heart person, and I want to support people. Sometimes too much. So what I would do is I left out the idea of what are business hours, man. Anytime that what I'll do, I'll text you back anytime throughout the day. You text me, I'll text you right back because I have a text messaging community, right? I found different ways to connect. You could hop on a call with me right now for 15 minutes by going to my website, theholisticmotivator.com/book. So I created systems, but at the same time, I became lenient in those systems because I want people to understand, like, yo, this is not a business to me. This is my life. But then what that creates in the mind of the people you're serving is that this is all you do. And you don't have really any boundaries. And they could call and text and anytime and demand anything without paying anything and get anything. And that I realize that's flawed because it drains you. Even in my schedule, I can't leave you could schedule me for 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. or 8 a.m. on a Saturday. That's how I'm setting it up. Now I realize you got to have certain hours. Why? Because you want people to understand that, listen, I love you, I care for you, I want to be here for you, but I got a life, right? I have boundaries. You want to talk to me? Here's a link. Book it, right? Communicate with me in this format. Look, I'm not just look, I know we have a friendship, but I'm also your coach. I know we have a friendship, but there's a system that this works. So you have to follow the system. I know you want to book this to come to this, for me to do your hair or your nails. I know you want me to book and come, but there's a system and procedure. You still got to fill out the paperwork. You still got to go through the process. Okay? And that's one of it. So one of the major ways of supporting yourself and understanding that is this. Make sure you have systems and procedures. MO, method of operation. So that people don't just run all over and do anything and expect things from you. And here's another thing I've learned. And I gotta tell you, the podcast is all about growth in all aspects of your life. How do you solidify healthy mind, healthy body, healthy relationship? How do you grow to the best version of ourselves? Right? That's the intro to the podcast. Ourselves. So I grow as I do the podcast, and I have a blueprint of what I've grown through. One of the things I learned is, look, when people have high expectations for free and you don't get paid off of the free, your dedication to their expectations is less, and it hurts both people, both your service and product and the person you're supposed to serve, is what I mean. Because then the people expect something from you for either a low-balled offer that you serve them. They expect, for instance, if you charge too little, you don't want to do too much, even though you should always over-deliver. If you don't charge at all, you're looking at it as a courtesy to begin with. So now, when somebody's really demanding, you're like, really? Calm down. Don't be this demanding. You ain't even paying for this. So what I realize now, one of the best ways to make sure that there's not change, that both people are held accountable, the provider and the receiver, is that you charge a nice amount for your time and services. And you make it sure that this amount that I charge is both valuable enough to me that I don't feel bad for showing up in this way. I could over-deliver because I'm getting mine. And the other person can actually ask of you to help achieve a certain outcome. Now it makes sense. You're paying me for a service. I should provide it to you. You pay me enough that I should be able to deliver. But when you're lowballing yourself or doing it for free, that creates a lot of havoc. Because now you have expectations of people who are not paying for a service. And then not only do you have an expectation of a person who's not paying for a service, you also feel as if I shouldn't even have to do all of this. And that creates a bad balance. It actually creates bad energy for both of you. And it's coming from both. So I realized that on my own. Offering free services over and over can keep you drained because you're trying to feed your family. You're trying to keep your light on, your car running, your bills paid. You're trying to utilize your gift to serve. and then that should be in service to your lifestyle. So one of the major ways to set boundaries is to set prices where your worth is valued, and you get what you deserve as a practitioner. So that will help you give the other person what they need, because you're like, man, this person is paying me for this. You're not gonna miss that call, miss that session. So now I'm learning to value my time more. In fact, I'm increasing my prices for the basis of so I can value my time more. Right? I'm increasing my prices so somebody knows, oh, okay, I'm not gonna waste this time with this person. Right? And I'm creating systems and procedures. Now, here's the thing. As a healer or coach, don't make it your business to spoon feed people, or do everything where you make somebody so dependable on you, because that's also draining. Right? You're supposed to create systems and procedures where people can actually, you can help them, they could follow along. You have a system, but you're not literally saying, okay, let me hold your hand every single step of the way, right? Up until you can walk, right? Where this person is dependent on you for every single thing. You got to create systems and procedures so that people can be able to do stuff on their own, right? And then emphasize those systems and procedures in a way where they can have reminders to follow these things. Email reminders, text message reminders, how-to guides. So instead of having to clear up everything, make guides and tutorials to clear it up for you. So you don't have to go and put water over every fire. So you don't have to direct the person how to do everything. You want to be able to create systems and procedures to do that, and then clarify under how much do you pay for more of my attention. The more attention you're going to give, the more you're going to have to help walk this person through. They should be paying you for that, right? Because if they don't and they expect of it, then what you're going to do is you're going to create energy that does not serve any of you, right? Because it's like, bro, you didn't pay for all of that. This is what you paid for. You paid for you paid for this. You didn't pay for all of that. So don't come at me sideways for that, right? So you got to really set boundaries within the systems you implement, and the way you're messaging, and you have to communicate this to people too. Okay, so I'm gonna say this too. As a healer and coach, make sure that people are not leeching on your energy, attaching to you, right? Using tools of guilt and shame to blame you, make their problems yours, make you seem like you're God, you're supposed to solve their problem, and like they can't figure anything or think for themselves. Do not immobilize people by not allowing them to think for themselves by doing everything for them, because it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. So you want to make sure that you are not doing that. And another thing personally, and I make these episodes like I always tell y'all, it's part therapy for my soul, right? It helps me figure things out, and it gives extreme value to the people listening. What I realized too, part of getting support as a healer and a coach is owning up to your mess ups, right? And by that I mean is sometimes life gets in the way. We're doing a lot of things and you miss some stuff, and you could do better at it. So once you realize that, you readjust, you work on it, you communicate that with the other people, and you try your best for it to not happen. You know what I'm saying? And you also understand some people can't take certain things. If they can't, you leave them alone, you move on. Listen, don't run after the money if the money causes you a bunch of stress, right? If one membership is going to cause you stress, let that go. Move on, right? Just keep doing the work. Make sure you're refining your character, being a better person, right? Don't just say, oh, it's all their fault. They're doing this, they're doing that. Because that, like Michael E. Gerber says, in most businesses, people are regarded as the problem. And, I'm seeing these things within my business. I'm working on bettering myself, because I'm going to have to keep dealing with people. We're in the business of people as a healer and a coach. So you really have to find how to deal with people. So now I'm understanding, okay, how does childhood traumas come into play when I'm dealing with my customer? How does other behaviors come when I'm dealing with a customer? How does certain emotional patterns show up in our relationship? How does their family, right? Is this person look at me like I'm their boyfriend or their daddy, right? All of these things are effective to look at, because if you don't see those patterns, you might be thinking you're having a client coach relationship, but it's not perceived in that way, because people are only on the basis of their filters and their perceptions. So what I'm realizing is, check yourself, look at your character, at the same time, see how people are relating to you, how people are communicating to you, and from what space they're coming from. Are they coming from a space of hurt, coming from a space of crying for help, asking for help? A lot of people are either crying for help when they're crying out loud. So being more compassionate. I'm learning too, you can be more compassionate. It's important to know when to cut your losses, but it's also important to know when somebody's just suffering. And not getting in your feelings, a lot of times when somebody can be in their feelings, it's probably effective, because sometimes you don't necessarily need to break off a relationship or not have somebody be in your community or circle. Sometimes you just need to have a clear conversation. And if that conversation is had, then you can move forward. But sometimes you can try to have that conversation and you receive this something back that does not, not going to take this disrespect, not going to take this total energy back and forth, and you decide to move on from it, then that's your choice. You do what's necessary for your mental health. If you see a pattern that's been happening and been kind of bringing certain negative energy to your organization, to your tribe, your community, your business, let go. Cut off those losses. You don't need every customer. You don't need every client. And not everybody is really part of your tribe, right? Because some people will play like Simon Peter one day, and they will become Judas the next. So make sure you are aware of those Judases in your business, because they will come and they will literally break your stuff down if you don't stand up for yourself. So all this stuff is not black and white. We all take part of it, the stuff that happens in our lives, but we want to be around people who can have compassion and understanding. And when they can't, if they want to leave and leave a bad review, you let them, right? If something happened to your store that day and something broke in there, and the customer says, I went in there, it was broken, they couldn't understand, oh, I'm just doing construction, and they went and left a bad review on the route, it is what it is. Cut your losses, move forward. So I love to do these episodes when it's real, when it's happened. And I love to do it because it clears up stuff for me. It helps me see these things differently. And I hope this episode added value to you too. Now, if you're a healer, a coach who needs more support, you could use a holistic health support group. I've created a community called the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe. The Holistic Lifestyle Tribe is a space for healers, coaches, and seekers of enlightenment to come together to grow, heal, as they learn how to grow themselves and build their brand. Build themselves and build their brand. So this Holistic Lifestyle Tribe is an online community where you can have access to various tools, routines, and different personal development principles that's going to help you build holistic habits to transform your holistic lifestyle as you build your holistic wellness business. So what I mean is, you're going to get support for your mind, your body, your spirit, your branding. So that looks like a community of other healers and coaches to support you, including myself, right? You also have different people you're going to meet who are in their journey that you can empower with your brand, with your businesses. So a pool of people who can take advantage of what you have to offer. And then you have your support system. We got the Holistic Book Club, where you could tap into weekly book club meetings, readings, reviews. The Holistic Book Club. We have Rising Prime, a daily rising call for healers, coaches, and seekers to come together to move, to affirm, to check in, to grow. So we do mindful movement, mental health check-in, personal development, and then we close it off with powerful affirmations. So that is Rise and Prime, the most powerful rising routine in the world for healers and coaches. So basically, we get on Zoom, we do some movement, we check in, we talk sometimes about different subjects, we bring different subjects, different experts, wellness, branding, marketing, business, And so we got the breathing, we got the personal development, and we affirm at the end to create the day that you want to create. So that's just one of the daily calls. So now we also have master classes, branding master classes, content creation master classes, personal healing workshops. So if you want to learn about your mental health, physical health, emotional, physical, all of that comes together in the form of our holistic health literacy education portion of the tribe. And there's more. Learn the science of vitality called Qigong. Qi is the electromagnetic energy that flows to your body like the blood flows through the vein. So you learn how to cultivate it, how to release any stagnation. So that's going to get you more at peace. So if you want to get you in your enlightenment journey, you want to have a holistic practice that brings peace, clarity, and evolution of your being. Qigong is one of those. So by learning the breathing, the movement, the self-massage, the body drumming, aka Paida, that's going to help bring a lot of vitality to your body, as well as help you open up that third eye, that first eye. So you want to learn the Qigong, and that's included in its own part in the app. So to give you a quick review, you're going to get access to the Holistic Lifestyle Book Club, where you're going to be able to read monthly picks around wellness, business, mindfulness, holistic healing, etc. You're going to get access to Rise and Prime daily Zoom calls at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, where you can tap into a community of wellness coaches, healers, and seekers who come together to grow themselves as they grow their brand. And what we do is we do mental health check-in, mindful movement, personal development, and powerful affirmations. And wait, there's more. In addition to that, you're going to get access to another section called Qigong classes, where you can do Qigong by itself and learn the science of vitality, why it works, how it works, and how to work it, the exercises, the breathing, the habits, and rituals. But wait, there's one more. We have access to a seasonal detox program. So if you just got the seasonal detox program by itself, it would be worth the entire tribe subscription. So that means one of the four is as valuable as the entire four. So we have a seasonal detox that goes from day 1 to day 21, module by module, day by day, video by video, flyer by flyer, journal prompt by journal prompt, shift by shift. So it is a progressive guide to detoxing. Most people, they just jump right into the detox, which means they don't prime themselves to be able to do it. This one is a progressive detox, starting with week 1 of letting go. So you let go of some foods that does not serve you, that creates blockages in your arteries, that clogs you up and inflames you. So slowly but surely, you release food, you let go of certain foods if you're eating them. Now, if you're not eating them, you're simply letting go of the meals. So progressively, the first week, you replace certain meals with vegetable juice. And you do that consecutively for 7 days up until the last day where you're only having one meal in that week. Then you go to the second week where you just do the juice feasting along with the herbs, along with the teas. So that is the actual fast. And then you go to the third week where you break the fast. So now, because I'm from the islands, one of the major things with my detox are going to be teas. All forms of detox teas. So a new variation is coming. But every season, we collectively as a tribe do this detox cleanse. You could go back, do it on your own time. So that is the benefit of doing and joining our community. So you get access to a 21-day cleanse program, right? That you can have access to anytime or do it with us during the seasonal detox. You get access to daily Rise and Prime gatherings, which you can come at 7 a.m. Eastern or watch the replays all the way back to 2020. You get access to Qigong classes all the way back with all the replays to 2020. Okay. And you get access to the Holistic Book Club, all the reviews, all the book club, even the PDFs and the audio. All of it is included. We've read The Power of Now, the habit of breaking yourself. I'm breaking the habit of being yourself. We've read The Art of Communication by Thich Nhat Hanh. We've read Outwitting the Devil. We've also read E-Myth Enterprise. Okay? So we have read so many different books. If you want to be able to access all of this I just told you for free. And you say, hey, man, I really appreciate that. That was really useful. All right, I'm going to give you 7-day access to the tribe. For 7 days, you can get full access to the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe so you can build the holistic habits that will lead to the holistic routines that will help you adopt the holistic practices to create your holistic lifestyle, along with the various branding tools and strategies to grow your holistic wellness business. So for 7 days, you can try all of this for free, y'all. I mean, you don't got to pay nothing out of your pocket. You just have to text this to this number, tribe. So text the word tribe to 561-510-9605. Text tribe to 561-510-9605. Now, once you text the word tribe to this number, you're going to get access to not only the text messaging tribe, but you're going to get a link to get you access to the 7-day free trial. Now, I done told you, healers and coaches need support too. And the support looks like daily community that support you, how you move, breathe, the mindset, the education that you can use to share with other people. So not only are you going to get tools to help you better your life, you can learn those tools, practice those tools, and then teach those same tools. Then you got a community of powerful light beings that come together that brings such powerful, amazing energy. You know, your vibe attracts your tribe. So that's the most amazing part of it. And then following that, we have the branding, the marketing. Now I'm going to bring more healers and experts to the group to come and teach a different subject. So not only are you learning from the tribe members, you're learning from me, you're learning from the top of the best. Okay? So you want to join the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe, try your free 7-day trial. You won't regret it because it's free. Text TRIBE, TRIBE, to 561-510-9605. Text TRIBE to 561-510-9605. Now, Sela, would you like to come on and tell the people how the tribe has been for you since you've been in there for like 2 weeks? Anybody's a little skeptical, and only if you want to come in, about joining the community, I'm going to have Mama Sela come in through and let you